comes perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful.
This is a South African story of hope, change, and possibilities. An example of a strong mother who managed to raise her children under adverse circumstances with a foundation based on faith, values, and respect. This is a story that confirms that dreams can indeed come true. Vicus Visser was an extraordinary 10-year-old boy who sang his heart out. His angelic voice, coupled with exquisite guitar works, managed to reach overseas and local radio companies as his raw video became a YouTube sensation. Yeah, welcome to Sahara TV. We have here Vicus Visser, a 10-year-old sensation at that time. And now he's 17, 18, all grown. He's actually 19. Welcome to Sahara TV.
What an honor to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, now let's start all over from where it began. Where did you learn how to play the guitar the way you did at 10 years old?
Well, at 10 years old, I basically just loved the instrument. So other people who could really play the instrument, I only took like the bass notes of the instrument and started playing around with it. Any song that I knew at that time, I would sing. And basically when I made that clip, it was in the comfort of my living room, definitely. But it was never to go online or anything like that. And it was over a simple agreement that me and the girl made, who made the clip. She makes me lunch. I sing a song of her choice. And then the next thing, I got people from Cape Town and all the visitors who come to Bloemfontein want to meet me and want to know if I'm there, if I'm really from Bloemfontein. And I didn't take it serious at first, because it was just a video that people started teasing me with. I got you on my phone and stuff like that. So, and basically from there, it went silent, which I was kind of relieved of. And after that, years later, it started picking up again, slowly, but way before the whole media thing started exploding on me. But it started picking up slowly, and people would start asking me again. If I go to, if I visit with my mother, to her family, is this you? And then in 2010, I didn't know what's going to happen because we weren't supposed even to sing in the talent show that year. And then it's a talent show that the community held, by the way. But Vincent told me that I'm in a newspaper. And I told him, nah, man, because I know.
So how did you feel to find yourself in the newspaper?
At that moment, I thought my brother was lying to me, because he's kind of like a joke person who likes to tease me. So, and I was like, nah, you're just kidding. But when I saw the article, it was kind of like butterflies, but not really butterflies, that kind of feeling. It's an overwhelming feeling because then my phone started ringing. A Daily Sun phoned me. That was the paper that I was in the first time. Right. They phoned me, and then my mother phones me. What have you done? Because why are you in the newspaper? Why are these people looking for you? What have you done? Have you done something wrong? I'm like, no, I don't know, but I'm reading this now, and I think people are trying to sign me or something. And then the next thing, as I come to my house, I see Daily Sun is standing in front of my house. They did a quick interview, and then the whole world was there the next day. People from wanted to put me on Ellen's show, wanted to get me on Oprah, wanted me to sign their records and stuff like that. MTV Base was there, MTV was there. So there was a lot of crazy people and media people.
Just ask me, girl.
Popular South African radio and television personality Gareth Cliff was enlisted by the International Record Executives to help find the 10-year-old Vicus. 7 years later, Vicus was eventually found in the poverty-stricken and crime-ridden township of Heidedale in Bloemfontein on the Eastern Cape, where he lived with his divorced mother. What was your role in trying to find this kid? Because I know you took quite an active role.
Well, what happened was we were approached by record executives here in America to try and find where Vicus was, because all they had was this clip on YouTube, which they obviously thought was brilliant and were trying to get hold of him so they could sign him up. And they couldn't find him, so they asked us to help. We used social media and radio to track him down, and eventually did. And we found that it wasn't just Vicus that was talented. There was his brother in the bargain too, Vincent. And the two of them, with their mum, then approached us and asked if we would manage them. And from there on, we did all the things that go with that, looking at contracts, seeing lawyers, speaking to promoters, getting music videos done, all of that stuff, and it's been going very, very well since then. You know, a lot of record companies are struggling because music has changed so much. The business of music has changed so much. And I think that the way of the future is by virally getting things out and letting the people's voice be heard. If people like something, they're going to say so and they'll buy it. And I think that what Vicus is doing is a new and exciting way of looking at the music business. You don't need a big record deal anymore to be a big star.
Congratulations, I know that you matriculated last year, and I know that all these offers were made, including Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, MTV, and you turned them down. Why?
Initially, it was just for me, basically my education came first. Right. And it wasn't like I didn't want it to be an Oprah and I didn't want it to do the Ellen show and stuff like that. I only said, you know, because at that point it was so overwhelming and people started bombarding me so much. It started confusing me and all these people sending me these contracts and stuff like that. So I took the initiative to put my education first, because there's nothing in this world that you can't do without pursuing education first.
I don't think the very worst neighborhoods in New York have to compete with what goes on in Hederdal. And yet, these two boys with their mother, who is a pillar of resolve, these two boys managed to emerge from this, not just with the most terrific personalities and an amazing inherent talent, but also with the line that Vicus has always wanted to deliver, and I think it's the best line I've heard. He said that your circumstances shouldn't dictate who you are. You should be able to dictate your circumstances, which I think is exactly how young people in South Africa are feeling.
We've been celebrating, you know, Black History Month. How was it for you, a 19-year-old coming from South Africa, discovered via the internet, performing in honor of Martin Luther King and also the great Nelson Mandela? How did it feel?
Oh my word! There's really no feeling to put it in or to put it in words.
Right.
That feeling that grasped me when I heard that I'm gonna give honor to Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela. All I can say is, as a 19-year-old boy who was discovered at the age of 10 on YouTube, it's a feeling that I can't remorse to words. I'm just so honored and thankful for my country, for the invitation that they've given us to give honor to Martin Luther King and to Nelson Mandela, and especially in the John F. Kennedy Center, because that was the greatest president, I think, in terms of the Cuban Missile Crisis thing that happened. Right. And it kind of like, you know, so it was really an honor for me doing it in such a historic place alongside my brother. Some find it in the face of their children. Some find it in the lover's eyes. But who can deny the joy it brings when you find that special thing? Then you're flying without wings. Yeah. Some find it cheering every morning. Some in their solitary lives. You find it in the works of others. Yeah. Like a president. A simple line can make you live. Oh, Christ, you find it in the deepest friendship.
Now, if you had to talk to young South Africans who are obviously talented like you are, you obviously know who they are, sometimes the people that you hang out with, what would you say for them to reach where you've reached now? How would you advise them? What would you tell them?
I would definitely tell the youth out there that to imply God in whatever you're doing, whether it's writing your paper at school, being in your friendship, and in terms of becoming a musical artist, always put your dream first. Circumstances were never created to change you. You are created to change those circumstances. So bring out your music across in such a way that it comes from a pure, honest place, because even your audience will know when you're coming from an honest place and a pure place. So that will be my tip.
Well, if it means waking up beside you, yeah, to watch the sunrise on your face, to know that I can say Diakutanda, baby, one. In any given time or place, then it's little things that only Vicus knows. That's me, by the way. Those are the things that make you mine. And it's like flying without wings, 'cause you're my special thing. Vicus is flying without wings. Yeah. And you're the place my life begins, and you'll be where it ends. I'm flying without wings, and that is the joy you bring. They flying without wings. Thank you very much.
Music will always be what I want to do, and this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So now I'm ready for the world, and I'm ready to share my talent with everyone.
Thank you very much. That was Vicus Visser from South Africa, and we're going to be watching the space. Sahara TV, we're out.